Hey everyone, we're on to 8.3b, multiplying binomials. And we're going to multiply binomials together using two methods in this unit lesson. One is using the distributive property, and the other is called FOIL. It's an acronym. So the first thing I want to show you is what it overall looks like. All right, here I have a binomial, two pieces, two terms, multiplied by another one. Another binomial. Binomial times binomial. Like I said, I'm going to show you two methods using this same exact example, and then a couple of our own examples. First way to multiply a binomial with a binomial using the distributive property. All right, what I do is I take whatever one is first, and I could switch the binomials, but since x plus 3 is first, what I do is I take the first term of it, x, and I put it out in front of the second binomial. See that? Then I take the second term, positive 3, and I put it out in front of the second. I put it out again in front of the second binomial. So I'm distributing my x to x plus 2, and then I'm distributing my positive 3 to the x plus 2. So it's kind of like the double distributive property. All right. Once I do that, once I distribute x to x and x plus 2 and 3 to x and plus 2, I end up getting x squared plus 2x. And then the second time, I get 3 times x, which gives me 3x plus 6. And now what I want to do is I want to scan here. Is there anything else I can do to simplify this? Are there any like terms? Zero in on the 2x plus 3x. I can combine those. So my final answer is going to be x squared plus 5x plus 6. All right, so when I multiply these two binomials together, I end up getting a trinomial. Happens to be quadratic. X squared plus 5x plus 6. And that's using the distributive property. I kind of do it twice. The next example is called FOIL. All right. I want to hide all this. Actually, this is a lot going on here. For FOIL, all right, like I said, it's an acronym. The F, the O, the I, the L, they all stand for something. The F, if you happen to look before, it stands for first. So what I do in my two binomials, I take my first term of each of them. My first term will be the x and the x. Multiply them together. All right. Then I go with the O for FOIL. O stands for outer terms. The outside, as if it were a wall. I take the first and the last, all right, and I multiply them together. The I, that stands for inner, the inside, the two ones that are in the middle of all of them. 3 times x, which gives me 3x. And the L, as I kind of mentioned before, L stands for the last terms. When I multiply the last terms, 2 times 3, I get 6. And if you look, what I do now is I take a look at all of my products here, x squared, 2x, 3x, 6. And that's the same exact products I had on when I did the double distribution property. You get the same answer no matter what method you use. And now what I would do is I would have to combine my like terms. I'd have to scan and add these two together just like we did and get the same exact answer, x squared plus 5x plus 6. So really, they're the same exact method, but just it helps organize differently in the brain. All right. So let's take a look at this example here. X plus 4 times x minus 2, some subtraction here. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the distributive property here for this example. I'm going to take this x, and I'm going to distribute it first. Then I'm going to take this positive 4 and distribute that. And once it looks like, it's really hard to look like at an example when I write it that way. But if I expand it out a little bit, x times my x minus 2, this is my blue line here, just to be clear. Then my green lines, when I distribute my positive 4 to x minus 2, that gives me that. All right. Then I'm going to distribute, and I end up getting x squared minus 2x plus 4x minus 8. Like terms again. Most commonly, there will be like terms unless I do a unique example, which I will. You might have some of those in your assignments. But my like terms will end up getting negative 2x plus 4x, positive 2x, and then minus 8. All right. Now, something that you may wonder is, what if I switch? What if the x minus 2 was first? If I did x minus 2 times x plus 4, does it matter? Will that change the answer? It won't change that at all. All it will do would be I would distribute to the x plus 4. And I would have to distribute a minus 2 to the x plus 4. And if you work through this, you end up getting the same exact thing. The only difference is my middle two terms, the negative 2x and the 4x, they just flip places. That's the only difference. We'd still end up combining them. All right, now what about a FOIL method? All right, let's take a look at the FOIL method. So I'm going to go each part. What would be my first two terms here? All right, when I multiply, what would be my first two terms? Hopefully you came up with 5x and 2x. What about my outer terms? What are my outer terms? Did you come up with 5x and negative 3, hopefully? My inner terms, that would be 1 and 2x. And my last terms, that would just be 1 and negative 3. And now what I need to do is I need to multiply them together. That gives me 10x squared. The outers give me negative 15x. Just be careful with your exponents if you have them or not. The inners give me just 2x, and my lasts give me negative 3. And now what I want to do is look for like terms. These two are going to be alike, so I want to combine them. So I end up getting 10x squared minus 13x minus 3. And there we have it. That's it. You try a couple. Good luck.